Hello. I wanted to make a short video to describe the differences between the new Microspline Shimano 12-speed hub or Freehub and the older version for the 240S and the 350 hubs. Might also come into play on some of their other hubs, but this is what I have. So basically what I had is a 135 millimeter rear with DT Swiss 240, and I wanted to convert it from 10 speed to the new 12 speed. So the new 12 speed requires the microspline here in order to use the smaller 10 tooth version. And so I bought that kit, and it was only available in a 12 through around this area. I couldn't find one in the QR version. So I bought a Microspline with 12 through and bought the whole kit. And when I got it home, I found that there were some differences that I had to manage. And here's kind of what the differences is. You can see right here, this is a 10 millimeter through axle. This right here that I'm pointing to is the new Microspline. This is the old version of the DT Swiss Freehub. This was my 10 millimeter end cap that went on that, and this is the new 12 millimeter that went on that. So first things first, you can see oops, they're a different height, so they're not a direct swap even if you had a 12 millimeter axle. So I pull that off, and you can see that my end cap from the old one, number one, it doesn't fit in the hole, and even if it did fit in the hole, the bearings, it's hard to tell from here, but the new bearing right here is a lower, it sits lower. So there's a little bit difference in height. If I were to put this one on here and then put it back over on this one, there's a height difference altogether. So I kind of wanted to show you what I had to do. Even if you take your old end cap and grind it off that little rib right there and put it in there, it's going to be too short. It's going to be too short. You're still going to have not enough space to clear the area. So basically what you have to do is order this piece. Now if you bought the Microspline with the QR, you would have gotten the QR proper distance and everything, and it would work great for QR, but it still won't work for the 10 through axle. So what you have to do is, don't tell anybody this, but you have to drill it out. Take your time, drill it out nice with nice little bitty drill bits all the way up to 10 millimeter. I had to order basically the end cap. Here's the part number. It's the 7112S Microspline, and it's only the right side, gear side end cap that was a QR. I drilled it out, and it fits in that QR. And now you can see where if I put my old 10 millimeter one in my old hub, now you can see where they're the same height and same spacing. So basically what you're looking at is that they are not compatible with each other as far as the spacings and the size. If I had a 12 millimeter through one here, and I tried to just use my old 12 millimeter one from this one, you can see that they're not the same length also. So they're not compatible there. If you buy the Microspline, you have to get the end cap that is compatible for your bike. This is the 12 millimeter 142. This is the new QR 135 that's been pre-drilled in order to work on the 10 millimeter. So keep your eyes out if you're going to buy this kit. You're not going to be able to use it unless you maybe put a washer on this one from your other one, because it's going to end up being too short if you grind it off the little flange. So just to show you what the difference is, here's the flange, the new flanges. If I can kind of measure them here, I'm going to flip it upside down and measure it. The new flanges are 25 millimeters. The old flange is 29 millimeters. So they're 4 millimeters different. So the flange is different. And if I were to look at the difference in the thickness, let me see if I can get this without messing it up here. So the old one is about, looks like a 12.42 millimeters in the old end cap. And the new end cap is 15.29. So there's an issue. So there, you can see that there's a 3 millimeter difference. It's probably supposed to be 3.5 millimeter. I don't know, but who knows? Anyway, just to give you a heads up that if you want to switch your 135 bike to a Microspline for the DT Swiss 240s and the 350s, there is going to be a difference, and you'll have to get the QR and use it with your old style QR on your thing, or you'll have to drill it out to 10 millimeter and use it with your 10 millimeter. So just wanted to let you know. Otherwise, everything else is the same internally. The bearings, internal sizes are all the same, and you can use your old ratchets or gears that go inside. Everything else is hunky-dory. So after I get it all together, maybe I'll do a little follow-up and show you how it goes. But just in case, I just wanted to let you know. Thanks.